I started putting my injectors in, the tall ones. By the way, I had somebody point out that that the tall ones, they don't flow more because they're bigger physically. They just flow more because of the nozzle in it. You can buy these in the short or the tall, but the short ones, they sell out really fast and they're always out of stock because they're easier. They just fit with the truck engines, because this is out of an '05 Chevy 2500. So the tall injectors they're just more of a pain, and that's why I was able to get them. I don't think I've even seen the short 1500s ever in stock for more than a couple of hours, and they don't really tell you when they're going to put them back into stock. So I just got the tall ones, and I figured I would adapt the fuel rail to fit it. I mixed up all the injectors. I was in such a rush to make the dyno appointment that I didn't even I didn't label them good. So now I have to just put in the 8 that I have and figure out which cylinder's dead, and then just put the new injector in that hole and see if the problem goes away. So I'm kind of anticipating an issue. So I got that side in and done. This side I'm gonna do now, and I just want to show you guys where I'm at with the radiator. The hose fits. I can put this fan on. This is the higher performance fan with no shroud, obviously. It's not connected. I just wanted to see if it's close. It is really tight. It's hitting, and it's not even, like, it probably won't even fall out even with no clamps, but I have to put something on there. But this upper hose is actually in a slightly different spot. So I don't know if I'm gonna make a relief cut, and cut a ½ an inch out in the middle somewhere, or if I should cut it and do a short silicone hose section. I kind of like that it's all like one piece. It looks so much cleaner that way, but I wonder too, like, what the long-term effects of the engine vibrating and torquing and twisting, and if it's going to yank on it over time and cause leaks or a crack in the aluminum. I'm not really sure. So that's where we're at. I'm just gonna put these other 4 injectors in, and I might start it with no coolant just to see which injector's bad, because I'm not sure what I want to do with that hose yet. Just drilled the holes out. I'll have to take it home and re-test fit it. It should fit now. Well, would you look at that? You'll never guess where I am. I decided it's probably best. I'm assuming this radiator is going to fix my cooling problems. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw a regular thermostat in the truck and hope it doesn't overheat. So that's what I'm doing today. Oh my gosh, the procrastination is unreal. Unfreaking real. Ready to go back together? I think so. The radiator just has to sit lower, but I can't lower the radiator any further than it already is without hitting the cross member. So I can raise the radiator support, and then I think everything will line up. So I'm just going to stick, these are really thick washers, I'm just going to shim up between the bushing, the rad support bushings, the rubber bushings that are brand new, in good condition. I'm just going to shim up the whole rad support, which it may be the whole problem anyway, because the body lines don't line up. They're already sitting too low. So I'm going to I have a total of 4 washers for each side. I'm going to start with 2, and it looks like that's what's necessary. Alright, so I had my fan just hardwired with butt connectors, and after I think the 5th time, I'm finally, 5th time of taking it in and out, I think it's time to put one of these boys on here. This is just a like a weather pack 2-pin style connector, so this should be fine with the amperage. Also, while I have you guys here, you see the waves in the blade? That's Flexolite's new style fan they have out. I guess it was supposed to make like 15% more airflow. I don't know if it's a gimmick, but I have it here. And this is just the S-style fan that that came with the Radiator from before, still mounted to the shroud. This one says 12 volts, 80 watts. I don't actually know how many watts this Flexolite one is supposed to be. The motor, like, it feels a lot heavier. So, I'm sure they're both brushless motors. Well, maybe not, because it's only 2-wire, and I think brushless is usually 3-wire. I don't know. I might not know what I'm talking about anymore. But, yeah, let's go ahead and cut these off. I got the Radiator mounted finally. Looks like it'll work. Everything is far enough away from the crossover pipe for the turbo hot side. That gets pretty hot. I, at the moment, still have to hook up both coolant hoses, the upper and the lower. I ended up cutting the upper in half like I said I was going to do, and I actually had a bunch of Radiator hoses from miscellaneous projects that I keep around for this reason, and I made like a 4-inch long sleeve that geez, I better not mess this up, the positive and negative, so it doesn't spin backwards. Anyway, I had a bunch of extra hoses, so I just cut apart a regular old Radiator hose and sleeved it, and it's kind of nice because I can, if it slightly doesn't line up, I can clock it in a way and spin the hose, so it's kind of a more flexible, literally more flexible Radiator hose. So I guess I'll do brown as my ground side, yellow as the hot side, power side. Get a good crimp. I always like to physically try to pull these apart, because if I can't physically pull it apart on purpose, it's probably not going to do it by accident. Just driving around down the road, you know? So I legitimately try to pull it apart. Crimp. Ugh. Give it a test pull. Light my propane torch. How typical is this? Look. Anybody else have this problem? Oh, come on. Wow. Guys, this is brand new. It's not even windy out. Man. Alright, well, another time. Okay. I just have to wire in the same. I put the female side on here, I'll put the male side on the truck, and get this thing running soon. What do you say? So, I put the radiator in, I got the lower hose on, I just have to do the upper hose. Got my bolts in, I got the electrical connector on. So, upper radiator hose, and then I do need to plug in the injector harness that's unplugged still. And then I can try test firing it and fill it with coolant and make sure it doesn't leak. So I'll try that tonight. Tomorrow we can see if it overheats. Okay?
Okie dokie.